Hey, now it's the Rob from 106.1 KISS FM here with my broadcast partner.
Hey, what's going on? It's Eric with WKDQ, and we moved up. We're in a different studio here today. It's the snow, we had to go live from...
Exactly. We got blizzarded out of the Enhancement Talent studio.
We were out of the ESPN Evansville studio into kind of a wasteland room.
This is actually the wasteland.
But that's all right.
Well, we apologize for not being able to put a video up yesterday. Thank you for tuning into a special Raw Tuesday edition of the Enhancement Talent.
I just got back from Flair Country. Woo!
That's right.
But anyway, now we have time to kind of go over what happened on the ground-shattering, ground-shaking edition of Raw that was promised to us.
Shaking the WWE universe to its very core.
Its very core. It was very Dixie Carter of them to do that, I think.
Okay, so this is kind of what I wanted to hear. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know how it's going to play out, but I did want to hear them somehow impact the main event at WrestleMania because right now, as a fan, I'm concerned about it.
Yeah, and you know what? I heard another take on this weekend that I had not thought about before. Not only, do the fans not think that Roman Reigns is ready, but I think Steve Austin brought up on one of his podcasts, not his podcast last night with Triple H, but one that he did right after the Royal Rumble is when you have two guys in the ring, you got to have a ring general that's kind of leading the way, and neither one of those guys is that.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot of sense as well.
Mm-hmm.
So to have Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, not saying that they're not going to go there, but at least right now they've shaken it up and given the fans a little taste of what they want.
The match I want to see, and I've been saying this since he returned earlier than we expected, I want to see Lesnar-Bryan. That could benefit a lot of people. Bryan, you could argue that Bryan's had 2 title reigns. You could argue that Bryan's had 1 title reign. And you could argue that Daniel Bryan really has never had a title run. Mm-hmm. What I mean is every time he's gotten the title, it's either been taken away from him the next day, or he was injured and was not living up to half of his potential. Or, he needs that title run, I feel like. Now, I don't know how much the WWE management believes in him as a lead guy, but the fans sure do. And sometimes they take attention to that, and sometimes they don't.
Well, I think it's interesting what happened last night, and I like the way that it played out between, them telling Reigns that there's a lot of controversy, and instead of making it the controversy about Daniel Bryan not winning, it was the controversy about The Rock being involved. And then out comes Bryan, and out comes Rollins, and I really like the way they played that out. Great main event last night. Bryan fought off all the odds as he's done all along, and all the interference and all that, and wins the match, and that means he's going to take on Reigns at Fastlane, and the winner will face Brock Lesnar. What do you think happens here? Do you think Bryan comes out of that match and goes to face Lesnar, or what?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know the answer to that. And if I had to take a guess, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say they either keep the main event the way it is. I can't imagine them making it another 3-way, but it's possible. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think there's several options here. One, you could give the fans what they want and let Daniel Bryan come out and look strong and go into this match against Lesnar. Or this could be a way to make Reigns a little more credible and give him that opportunity. Now, looking at everything else that surrounds it, they brought up Randy Orton's name last night, the Authority did, and it seemed almost intentional. So it looks like Rollins is headed that route for WrestleMania, I would think.
Okay.
For Randy Orton.
That would make sense.
So if Daniel Bryan is not a part of this match, where does he fit in? And right now I don't see a place for him other way. I think there will be something for him.
I think that Ziggler is his backup plan.
It could be, but right now, as the way everything's structured, I don't see that the way they're saying things.
As of right now, there's no other choice.
And to be honest with you, still, with the way that they handled things last night, I see it even that much more inevitable that one of these guys is going to turn on Cena. Eventually, it is going to turn heel. I don't know who it's going to be, but one of these guys that were fired and brought back is, if not all of them, will turn on Cena. So here's the other thing. The way that they used The Rock in all of this was very interesting. Because just kind of listening to how they talked to Reigns' reaction to it, Could you not see Reigns versus The Rock with Reigns as a heel going into WrestleMania here?
I mean, there are a lot of great choices for Reigns that he doesn't need to be in a title match. But,
Right.
I just feel like they're oftentimes very bullheaded. And when they have a plan, they try to stick to it. No matter what the universe's reaction is to what they want to do, they decided last year Reigns is going to be our guy at WrestleMania 31. And now that the time is here, they've got two choices. They can go with what they wanted the whole time, or they can go with what the fans feel that they should do. And I don't know what they're going to do. My guess is they're going to stick by their guns. But no one will be happier if that main event gets changed than me. And I will still say, if they keep the main event the way it is, Reigns can win or lose. If Rollins cashes in at the end of the night and wins the title, I'll be a happy camper. I'm okay with that.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, I don't know. I thought the show was well done. I like the way they're setting up different storylines. Bray Wyatt cut a promo too, talking about him and this and the I don't know, just very vague, but definitely sounds like the Undertaker is on his way back.
That sounds
according
great.
to that promo.
I want to throw in one more thing if I could. The February pay-per-view is typically my least favorite show of the year, but I think Fastlane is shaping up to be an important show.
I think so too.
I don't know what's going to happen in that main event. I want to know who's going to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I do care about Rusev and Cena. I do care about Sting and Triple H. And so far, everything they've announced, I'm excited for. I think one of those heel turns could happen at Fastlane.
Fastlane too. I agree, and I think that may have been the reason that we're seeing Cena and Rusev now.
Yes.
That may not be the match for WrestleMania. I think maybe Cena loses this match to Rusev with some outside interference.
That's what I think, from one of those three.
And then maybe Rusev goes on to win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal or something like that. But
if I'm booking, you turn one of those three, or one, two, or three of those three heel to give Rusev that win. He still hasn't been pinned yet. And now he's still pin-free going into WrestleMania against John Cena. From there, I don't know what you do. But that's a match I care about.
Yeah. But anyway, things are starting to take shape, and I kind of like the way they're going. And I think either way, it's good for Reigns to have this additional match to, at least get 2 wins to give him more credibility. If not, change it completely and go with Bryan. Either way, I think
in one of those great wrestling is obviously fake moments last night. Of all the people in the ring, I mean, if wrestling were real, Rusev would have been claiming his stake, I think, in that too.
True.
So because he would have been the first one out there, to be honest. But
I agree.
there you have it. Thank you for watching this week's edition of the Enhancement Talent. We still will have another one for you on Thursday. And we appreciate you subscribing. You can get your videos before anybody else there by clicking subscribe. We will be back on Thursday with another edition of the Enhancement Talent. For the Rob
and Eric, have a good one, and we'll see you soon.